keep saying I wore this dress to match the patterns on the road, and if you watch our traffic reports, you know that the color orange just means construction, so that's some good news there. Let's take a look at the state as one accident has popped up now, obviously in our trouble area at this hour. Now, this is down in Bridgeport 95. This is right between exits 24 and 23. This is on the southbound side, so right as you're heading out of Bridgeport towards the Fairfield area, and that's where you notice those delays. I want to start off actually looking up to the skies because we have had some issues when it comes to airlines, specifically with Spirit and American Airlines canceling hundreds of flights earlier in the week. Yesterday we saw just one cancellation from Spirit and a couple of delays from American. And at this point right now, all we're seeing are delays on JetBlue. So this first delay was for a 6:30 flight. Really, unless you're in Bridgeport, which the delays are pretty similar on 95, it's a much clearer, cleaner drive down 15. So if you're heading southbound, I would stick there. That's where you see the little car with the water waves going right above it. That's what it indicates. And as you can tell, it's off of Route 15 in a more residential neighborhood. The highways are just fine though, and you're going to see a lot of these pop up throughout the morning. Hazards. We have a lot of those areas, down power lines, down trees, branches, all sorts of issues, including flooding. Not slowing us down. Waterbury, this is right by the Mixmaster where we usually have those delays. Moving along just fine. Actually, if anything, they're above the speed limit, 69 miles per hour to get you through on the westbound side. Look at our drive times down in the Bridgeport Fairfield area. You can see they've really loosened up specifically from Bridgeport to Fairfield. Those had been really heavy this morning, but we've actually started to move further south. So you take a look at here, Norwalk's already a slow go, but check out Stamford. This looks like a parking lot, which we don't typically see this view till at least an hour from now. So Fairfield County, very much a problem further down. And then again, our big talker of the morning and what we are waiting more details on is, of course, that crash in Griswold. I do recommend just avoiding that area, sticking to 201 instead. Now, this is in the area of Unionville. Now, I want to point out two things. So down here, this is in Avon. That's from a crash that happened last night around 7:30. It was just one car crash. That car's been taken off the scene. However, we've got utility, power lines, all sorts of things down in the roadway. So officials say that it is still closed. So keep that in mind. Just a small stretch of roadway. You can easily get around it with some of the side streets and then hop back on right here to Route 177. At least 2 cars were involved in this accident. Now, no word on the extent of any injuries or if there was any other vehicle that was involved at this point. This is all we've been seeing here for the course of the last hour or so. You notice there's fire officials, there's first responders. I believe that's a record there on scene. They haven't been able to get the car back onto its 4 wheels yet. So something that we've been monitoring all morning. We'll go over to Waterbury here where we've been tracking the slowdown, and this is finally better. So we were at 10 miles per hour, 11 miles per hour, 14 miles per hour, and now we're finally up to 52. This is 84 on the westbound side, obviously in Waterbury through the Mixmaster and all of that rehabilitation and construction patterns that often slow us down. We'll go down to Fairfield County, and that's where some problems are obviously still lingering. It's actually clear, but there's some residual delays. This was a stalled vehicle right by exits 29A and 31. This is on 91 southbound. We have a look outside. It was just off in the distance right there in the median. I posted a picture to Twitter where there was a fire truck out there, a flatbed, so it looks like they've cleared that up. No problems for you there. If we continue on down to Bridgeport, now this is where the delays, they start to creep up on us. Bridgeport looks good, but as you move down into Fairfield, you can tell right by exit 23, those delays have already set in 91 southbound. The northbound side looks good to go.